Ben Beaton here. We're looking at the first work that I did at my Broken Hill residency. It's one of my limited edition works that I feel was truly successful in heralding in a new chapter for me as an artist. Through its creation, I brought into play a methodology that I'd envisioned, but I hadn't envisioned what the work was going to look like. I simply acted on a statement that I'd written out prior to the residency, saying that I made art about the ecology, geology and deep time history of environment, and I'd looked at natural history type of field work, field naturalists, and working with that methodology, I let the style of the actual appearance of the artwork sort of happen for itself. So the work examines the geology of Australia from the Pre-Cambrian to the Ordovician periods, and the rocks of the Broken Hill and surrounding region are very ancient, and this is reflected in the paleo-geological maps that I incorporated into this work. The bracket of time I investigate dates from the breakup of Rodinia, which is 750 million years ago, to approximately 443 million years ago. And the interesting thing that I think about this particular work was that it was the first time that when I was actually working, I knew how old the landscape around me was. Because it was part of the new methodology, making sure that I'd done all of that research and finding the geologists in the area to consult with. I used the Tasman Line, which is the interesting line that running up through the center right of the work, and it marks the edge of deep sea ocean trough. The small inlet, which is repeated a number of times at the base of the Tasman Line, is Victor Harbor. The landscape in the bottom left corner reflects on the geological findings, suggesting that during a time in the Proterozoic, an area slightly north of Broken Hill was glaciated. The little white areas left of the black dot mark out this region, and the top right corner features a strange snail-like creature, but certainly not a snail, from the Cambrian. The bottom right area features a fossil of a jellyfish and crinoid as well. Crinoids are related to starfish. I've really thought they look more like seaweed, but they are certainly a plant. They're a very interesting mechanism by which they feed. That they have a foot planted in the ground, and the starfish type shape is inverted, and those tentacles actually pull in the food scraps as such into the mouthpiece, which is at the center of that. So anyway, look, the top left displays the Tasman Line, which divides the Pre-Cambrian Australia from the more recent rock formations of the eastern seaboard. The red blotches, the marks, you can see through the work. They mark out rock in the region which displays Cambrian volcanic activity. The two circular blue dots display approximate position of Broken Hill in the Precambrian, top left, and the Cambrian. The very pale blotches next to the top blue dot mark out some areas which yield Precambrian glacial sediments, and it's actually believed that a glacier extended from Mount Painter to Broken Hill between 610 to about 575 million years ago. So with this work, I should make acknowledgements. I referred frequently to The Greening of Gondwana by Mary White, and also The Geology of Australia by David Johnson. Now, having told you all that, I should point out a little bit about the methodology in terms of that element of my work which is informed by the ancient Chinese landscape artists, where they'd go out into environment and absorb environment and then come back to the studio to create the work. That was certainly part of my methodology, overlapping with field naturalists, going out and collecting the plants and bringing the plants back and drawing the plants. So frequently on these type of residencies it's sort of hard to get into the room that I'm working because there's plants all over the place. And going further than that, it was actually interesting because I started to scan the plants as well, and that opened up another kind of possibility for what I was doing. But certainly the meditative type of experience in creating these kinds of works is you know, the absolute sort of pinnacle of the experience for me when working this way.